There are some things in this world that people just shouldn't have to go through.
I was scared to go to sleep that night. It was so unexpected.
I was crushed when I first found out the news.
I felt so helpless.
It's one of the hardest things to deal with.
Just so sad.
It's just unbelievable, and it's just horrible.
It was terrible.
They told me that my mom had cancer.
She would have cancer.
This is my story of lung cancer through my children's eyes.
My name is Gabrielle DeWitt, and I'm 13 years old.
Hi, Cody DeWitt.
My mom has lung cancer. I'm not here to tell you what smoking can do to you and all the bad things and all the statistics about it, but I am here to tell you what I've been through, what my family's been through because of smoking. This all started in January 9th of 2004, and it's still going on, and I don't know when it'll stop and if it will ever stop, but this cancer has changed my family's lives forever, and it always will.
I'm here to talk about, well, smoking and cancer. I'm actually here to talk about what it does. Not like if you smoke, you get cancer. I'm here to talk about what happens to you personally. And I can't explain the most terrifying thing I've ever been through in my life.
When I first found out, it was January 9th of 2004, and I called my brother, and he said that my parents were at the hospital, but he didn't know why, so we sat in the living room for an hour and waited for them, or waited for a phone call, and then they walked in the door and sat down by us, and I could see the tears in their eyes, and it was really hard to know that they were crying because I knew something bad was coming.
Coming home and having your family sit on the couch and tell you they have to tell you something, and then having them start crying. Your father, which you've never seen cry in your entire life, only when his father passed away of cancer. It's the only time I've ever seen my father cry. He sat down and started crying.
I haven't seen my dad cry very often, so I knew it wasn't good at all. And they told us that they went to the hospital.
And they told me that, me and my sisters, that my mom had cancer. And I can't explain. I mean, the feelings that went through me were amazing. I mean, not amazing, but they were just everything I felt. And I think after those feelings went by, the first thing I thought of my sisters. What if my mom did pass away? My sisters would have nobody. They'd have my dad, but having your mom pass away at 4 and at 13, which are my sister's ages, it's just unbelievable. I mean, what's a girl to do at that age? I grew up, I'm 19, and I've had a mom every day, and I don't know what I would do if my mom died and my little sisters didn't have a mom anymore.
The feelings that I had were just unbelievable. I was scared to go to sleep that night because I was scared that I would wake up and my mom wouldn't be there. Because it was so out of the blue and just unexpected that she would have cancer.
And now comes the hard part. And that's what if my mom dies? What if she passes away?
And then the doctor came out, and he came out earlier than he was supposed to, so either it went really good or not good at all. and he told us that they couldn't remove the tumor because it spread. So we went to go see my mom, and it was really hard to walk in knowing, seeing her crying. And so she had to do chemotherapy, and before that I wrote her a note that said, "Dear Mommy, today when the doctor came inside to talk to us, I was crushed to hear the news, but I believe if all of us hang in it together, then we can conquer this once and for all. I love you so much, and I'm here for you and thinking about you every moment. You are the best, nicest, strongest mom ever to take step on this earth, and much more. You are fabulous and forever will be. We all need to have someone to lean on, and I'm here for you. I can be here for you now and forever. Thank you for everything you have done, and every time you held me when I cried and still when I cried. Thank you for being here for me. Love forever, your daughter, Gabrielle."
I mean, you think about that when you pick up a cigarette. When I see people smoking, it's like, how could you do that to one day could be your kids? I mean, they always say the hardest thing for a parent to do is bury your child. The hardest thing for a kid to do is watch your parents die slowly. It's unbelievable, and it's just horrible. I was crushed when I first found out the news.
And so when she went through her chemotherapy, she started to lose her hair, so we had to cut her hair, and it was hard for me seeing us cut her hair.
Watching as my youngest sister, who's 4, when we had to shave my mom's head because of the chemo was, all her hair was falling out. We wanted to shave it all in one big clump so that, she didn't get all depressed when her hair just started falling out. Well, my littlest sister had to watch, and if she knew what was going on, I'm sure she'd be crying.
And even though she didn't know what was going on, she saw us crying every day, and it was hard for her and my family. And then it all kind of came real for me because it's something that was so bad that it almost didn't seem real. But then when we had to shave all our hair off, it all clicked for me. And it's hard, it's sad to know that even if this cancer does come over my mom, it's hard to know that we can grow up without her. And then my sister is only 4 years old right now, and it's really hard to know that we could end up growing up without my mom.
It's one of the hardest things to deal with. Putting your mom through cancer, through chemo. And then them finding a lump inside her lung, and the doctors going in and figuring out if they can cut it out or if they can't. And then finally, we got it all taken care of. We got the lung cancer taken care of, and it was dying, and it was like stabilized. And we went back in because she said she had a headache. And they found brain cancer.